let's take you through what we see here on a young girl who has really made it big in the aviation industry. Samaira Hullur, a schoolgirl growing up in a small town in Karnataka until one helicopter ride completely changed her life. She is now one of India's youngest pilot. It happened with Samaira in grade 5 itself. She enjoyed a helicopter ride and that's it. She stuck on. This happened in her local hometown in Karnataka's Bijapur, where she went on a helicopter ride, and ever since, that became her defining moment. She wanted to be a pilot. And her mom, her parents there completely backed her dream, and unwavering support from her mother, Nazia Hullur. Samaira began imagining a future for herself as a pilot, and by class 9 she was certain she wanted to do it. She took the training and here she is. We believe that she has finally got through all her examinations and is now waiting for an airline to call her so that she could fly around. She's completed all her courses and she's at this point raring to go. We have Samaira joining us live for sharing her journey with us, and all we can do here is celebrate her on the first day of New Year's today of 2026. We thought it'd be great to have Samaira talking to us right here on News 9. Thanks, Samaira, for joining us, and congratulations for being the youngest pilot. Are you really India's youngest pilot, though?
Yes, I'm amongst the youngest CPL holders, commercial pilot license holders in India.
Well, Samaira, tell me, do you remember the moment that you realized that you wanted to be a pilot? Do you remember that real defining moment? When was that you really felt that urge that I want to pursue this as my career?
I was sitting right beside the pilot, and he had a very nice personality himself. So, me and my mom were very much fascinated with that incident. And I just had that in my mind. I was very young to actually think that I could pursue this field. But then eventually, my mom did get me into that field.
All right. Samaira, we know at this point you've spoken about your mother and your family. You also imagined your mother in the helicopter cockpit. Did that really fascinate you? How did you visualize yourself as a pilot?
I was very young to even understand what was going on there. But eventually, after that helicopter ride, I had that in my mind that pilots are very cool. So that was just a picture that I had in my mind. Then later on, my mom had another incident where she was walking in the airport, in the boarding gate. So the whole crew was coming through the gate and everyone was moving aside. So that was the particular incident that actually that was a time when I was in 10th standard. That actually inspired my mom to try and get me into this field. That's
Wow.
how I initially was pushed in this field by my mom. And then I've enjoyed every moment of it ever since.
All right. You come from my hometown, that's Karnataka. You are from Bijapur. What was the common reaction you got, Samaira, from people there when you wanted to be a pilot?
The common reaction was that no one actually knew how this field works because I am from Bijapur in Karnataka, and in the whole city itself, we have a handful of pilots there. So I did not even know who to ask about this field. So everyone's reaction was the same that how are you gonna pursue if you want to pursue this field? How are you gonna do that? Because no one else is even in my family is a pilot. No one around me was a pilot. So my family did support me initially uh, because this was new for them as well. So they were also confused whether we should send 17-year-old girl to big cities for studying and all. So that was the first reaction that I had from my family. They were just
Mm.
confused whether we should send our little kid.
From what I hear, your journey wasn't really all smooth. It was also a few bumps here and there. You were not allowed to give your exams because they said you're not 18 yet. How did you feel?
No, no, that thing was that one of the exams that we need is RTR. So
Mm.
that's radio telephony. That is how we talk on the radio and all. So to
Mm.
give that exam, you have to be 18 years old. And when I was giving the exam, I was not 18 yet. So I had
Mm.
to just wait. I was not rejected actually.
But at 17, how hard is it? How hard was it mentally to be told not yet, that you're not ready yet, when you were ready?
That actually felt like a privilege because everyone around was complaining that we cannot clear the papers, even though they were the age in the age bracket. But then my reason was that I'm not even that age to give the exam.
Mm.
So I felt more motivated that whenever I turn 18, I'm gonna clear it in the first attempt, and I did actually.
You have many firsts to your name, Samaira, and one of also that is that you completed ground training in just 7 months.
Yes, I did my ground training from Delhi, and I did it in 7 months. And all the DGCA papers that we have, I could clear it in the first attempt with decent marks.
Amazing. My question here is, when all your friends are doing their bit and, enjoying, I mean, of course, no judgment there, but when your friends are uh, having their time out with friends and enjoying their youth, you decided to go into hardcore discipline and train yourself for this. How did that make you feel? Did you ever feel FOMO, fear of missing out?
No, no, I was very happy with what I was doing. So
Mm.
if it was the case that I was pushing myself
Mm.
negatively, that I want to get into this field, I'm gonna cut myself off from everything, and
Mm.
that would have been a little hectic. But then I
Mm.
was enjoying every moment of it. I was enjoying studying. I was enjoying the study part in Delhi, and when I was
Mm.
in flying school, I was enjoying the flying part very
Mm.
much. So I never felt that I was missing out on anything. And I also had this in my mind that if I work hard in my training period,
Mm.
then I'll have a very nice foundation built. So
Mm.
I can do this partying and all whenever I want to once I am done.
Mm. Mm.
I had that in my mind, and yeah.
Lovely. We hear that you were called by your school as a chief guest. How did it feel to come back to your school? I'm sure must have been surreal, standing there as a pilot where you were once a student.
Yes, I did go back to both my primary school and my high school as a chief guest, and
Mm.
they were very proud of me.
What did you really say in your speech there?
In my speech, I told them how important it is to be dedicated at a young age, and that being a chief guest is an amazing feeling and everyone should aim for that.
Amazing. I have a question for you on the aviation industry, which is largely male dominated. Do you feel a pressure as a woman, as a young girl? Do you feel pressure to represent more than just yourself?
I am I am from a very quite small percentage of the field
Mm.
because I am one of the 15% of the women in the field, and
Mm.
I am very young at that. So
Mm.
there's a very small percentage of people like me. So I
Mm.
do feel that I am a little privileged, but then uh, throughout the journey, I've got very nice people who are supporting me. So
Mm.
I never felt that I was different from them, but then at the same time, you do have to work hard to set your image in the industry.
Now that you're a pilot, are you also pursuing a degree at the same time? Are you also studying another course?
Yes, I always wanted to study international relations. So I'm doing my Bachelor's of Arts in IR currently.
Amazing, amazing. I'd like to ask you, what would you tell youngsters watching you? What is that one advice you'd want to give to people your age and younger, or just any girl who wants to pursue their dreams?
My one advice would be wherever, whatever stage you are at in your life, you should give your 100% to whatever you want to do. It might be the smallest of things, it might be a big, very huge goal that you want to do, but you'll just have to give your best and not give up.
Can I ask you, who do you want to give credit to your journey, Samaira?
Yes, there is actually. I want to thank my initial instructor, Captain Monica Chaudhary, and my chief flying instructor, Captain Madhav Raj Singh, because these two people have been throughout my flying training, my initial days. I learned flying from Monica ma'am, and my CFI has always monitored and corrected everything that I've done in my training.
Amazing, amazing. We're so happy to hear, and thank you very much. Thank you so much, Samaira, for joining us and talking to us. It really, really appreciate it, and I really wish you all the very best.